One of these men is the manager of the heavyweight champion of the world. What is your name, please?
My name is Cus D'Amato.
What is your name, please?
My name is Gus D'Amato.
What is your name, please?
My name is Gus D'Amato.
Two of these people are imposters. Only one is the real Customato and is the only one sworn to tell the truth. And now, here is our host, Bud Collier.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to Tell the Truth. Now may I introduce our panel. What is your name, please?
My name is Polly Bergen.
My name is Ralph Bellamy.
My name is Kitty Carlisle.
My name is Tom Poston.
I'm sorry. No, I'm not, if I was a little extra exuberant, but welcome home, Polly.
Thank you. It is so good to be back.
I
can't
saw
tell
your
you.
show First Impressions the other night, and I was just so doggone proud of you, you thought I owned you. Brought the
thank
whole
you.
family, all except one. Got to come back with her now and have her.
Good.
It's just great and a joy.
Thank
See,
you.
with the two of you now, you and Ralph Bellamy and Sunrise at Campobello, what are we going to do? Kitty, something for you, and Tom, and Miss... Well, that'll leave me here.
Tom's
holding
got
the
it.
fort.
I'm so glad Polly's back. Thank you.
I'm working
So-
on something, Bud.
Yes, you are. What are you working on? What is it, Tom?
I don't know whether I should tell you now.
Yeah, tell me. It's off-Broadway, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's called Come Play With Me. It's a musical.
Yeah. Well, say. All righty. Now, battle. And good luck. And now, Patton, will you please follow along with your copies of this very first affidavit as I read it to you? What are the rules? You've forgotten them. You'll catch on. I, Customato, have been in the prize fight business for more than 30 years. I own a gymnasium here in New York, and I have trained or managed more than 500 boxers. I am perhaps best known as the manager of the world's heavyweight champion, Floyd Patterson, signed Customato. All right, panel, you just heard these three gentlemen all claim to be Customato, manager of heavyweight champion Floyd Patterson. Let's start tonight's questioning with, welcome home, Polly Bergen.
Number two, what do you say to a fighter between the rounds? I always see you talking.
Fight harder.
Fight harder. Number three, there is a prize fighter who's won 3 different championships. What is his name?
Henry Armstrong.
Henry Armstrong. Number one, there's a man who's held 3 different champion titles. What is his name?
Henry Armstrong.
Number two, what is Jersey Joe Walcott's real name?
Arnold Cream.
Number three, who did Mr. Patterson win the championship from?
Archie Moore.
Archie Moore. Number one, did Archie Moore ever fight under any other weight?
He fights under the light heavyweight. He's the light heavyweight champ.
Ralph Bellamy.
Number one, what ex-champion very successfully went into the grocery business? Number two, can you answer that question? Number three, do you know? Well, I'll tell you, it's Jess Willard.
I've heard of him.
Number one, where is Stillman's gym?
54th Street and 55th Street on 8th Avenue.
Number two, what very important announcement did Mr. Stillman recently make?
But he was going to retire, but he didn't yet.
Number three, where is your gym?
14th Street, Manhattan.
Kitty Carlisle.
Number one, it's sort of known that fighters can lose about 10 pounds in a day or so. It's a very valuable secret. What would I have to do to lose this kind of weight?
Well, I would think that you'd have to punch a punching bag, spar a few rounds with spar mates,
Yes,
run 3 or 4 miles a day,
yes.
and keep on a low-calorie diet.
It's easy.
Very
I'll
easy.
start tomorrow. Number
Let's
two,
start with the last one first, Kitty.
what does CUS really stand for?
Constantine.
Constantine, not cuss words.
No, that's right.
Number three, who's promoting your next fight?
Cecil Rhodes.
Number one, Cecil Rhodes.
Yes, Cecil Rhodes.
Distinguished.
Tom Poston, please.
He is.
That's very interesting. Number 3, who is promoting your next championship fight?
Was
Number
that a
3.
question for me?
Number 3, who is promoting your next
Oh, I
championship?
thought that's the question I was just asked. Is that the...
Well,
That's
maybe
what
you'd
I
like to
meant.
hear it again.
Well, I did
phrase it
answer
badly?
Cecil Rhodes.
Well, let me put it this way, number 3. What is the name of the opponent for the championship match?
Brian London.
I see. I won't go into why I'm asking that question so significantly, but I didn't realize that the bell had just rung. But I'll get him next round.
Well, excuse me, Tom. And without consultation, will you mark your ballots? And in so doing, of course, as usual, select number 1, number 2, or number 3. And the team who challenges will get $250 for every incorrect vote. Okay, panel all voted? How about you, Polly? For whom did you vote on your first trip back?
I voted for number 2 because he knew who Jersey Joe Walcott's real name was. I think he's the one I asked, because I don't remember too well, but I think it was him. And if it was, that's the one I vote for.
Nothing has changed. Ralph?
Number 2. He seemed to know all the answers, and I think was a little quicker with it. And I think the way he said his name sounded more like it might be his name.
Okay. Kitty, what about your vote?
I voted for number 2 also because I thought he pronounced D'Amato as if he really had Italian background.
Mm-hmm. And Tom Poston, you pick out?
I didn't get a chance to ask any questions. I thought it was number 3, but I would like to ask, if I may, later.
Okay, there we have it. For whatever reasons we made up our minds the way we did, you've heard them. And if you're playing along with us at home, as we trust you do each week, let's find out right now how right or wrong you may be. Now, I can't really think of a better way to unmask the true identity of which one of these gentlemen is the real Customato than the heavyweight champion himself. So, ladies and gentlemen, Floyd Patterson. Floyd, a very warm welcome to you from us, as well as that one that must have warmed your heart from the audience out there. I wonder if you do us a favor now and let us know which one of these men is your real manager, Customato. Oh, thanks very much. Floyd, I'd like to ask you a question or two, along with welcoming you here, and thank you for taking the time to come see us, because it seems to me I read in the paper, within the last 2 or 3 weeks, you had an addition to your family, didn't you?
Yes, I did. A girl.
A little girl?
Yes.
Now, does that make a boy and a girl?
No, 2 girls.
2 girls?
Yes.
Well, the next time is the charm time, because I had 2 girls and then a boy, so the next one will be the future heavyweight champion of the world. Who do you fight next?
Brian London, I believe. It will be sometime in April.
You want to reveal what round you're going to put him away in or not?
Well, I don't generally do that.
You don't do that. I know you don't. You're a very modest guy. Well, good luck to you. Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Along the same lines, I didn't realize, the reason I was pressing this so much, I didn't realize that the championship was going to be at stake in that match.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? Obviously it is.
Yes, it is. In any fight that I have, unless it's merely an exhibition, championship will be at stake.
Attaboy.
And may I add something to this question to clarify?
We're running short of time.
Yes, that this man he's fighting is ranked number 4 in the world ratings.
Well, number 4.
Oh, I know he's a tough opponent. I thought that your deal with Rosenstone and
Guildenstern, yes, from Hamlet. I
and
remember.
Johansson precluded any previous heavyweight
Would you
championship
tell us, number 1, who you really are and what you do, please? Who are you, sir? What do you do?
My name is Peter Rossi. I'm the passenger representative for the French line in New York City.
Sir, what about you?
My name is Nick Mazuris. I own a neutral corner restaurant on West 55th Street.
looking up at our score, we find that there were 3 incorrect votes at $250 each for a total of $750 from Marlboro. Gentlemen, thank you very much for being with us. Floyd, thank you again, and kiss that baby for us, will you please? And give your wife our best also. And on your way out, you'll find a carton of Marlboro cigarettes for each of you. Good night and good luck. Lots of good luck in your next fight. I'd like to tell you that Floyd Patterson first put on boxing gloves when he was a student at the Wiltwyck School for Boys. Wiltwyck, which cares for 100 of the most underprivileged and troubled boys in New York City, is currently in the midst of a fundraising campaign, and Customato has asked that we send his winnings along as a contribution in gratitude. Our panel, let's meet our next group of challengers.
What is your name, please?
My name is Mauri Rose Kirby.
What is your name, please?
My name is Mauri Rose Kirby.
What is your name, please?
My name is Mauri Rose Kirby.
Again, panel, your copies of this next affidavit. I, Mauri Rose Kirby, am a high school junior from Indianapolis, Indiana. 7 months ago, on August 16, 1958, I was hoisted to a small platform on top of a 71-foot pole. I stayed up there until March 14th, a total of 211 days, 9 hours, and 33 minutes. This makes me the new world champion flagpole sitter. Signed, Mauri Rose Kirby. All right, panel, these 3 girls all claim to be Mauri Rose Kirby, record-holding flagpole sitter. Let's start this round with Ralph Bellamy. Ralph?
Number 1, it says you were up there 211 days, 9 hours, and 33 minutes. What was the previous record?
169 days.
Number 2, who held this record?
It was held by little John Gregory, and I think it was 211 days.
Without the 39 hours, whatever it is. Number 3, why did you do this?
Well, it was a good question, I'll tell you. Publicity reasons, to do something different, you know.
I didn't understand you. Do something different?
And publicity.
And to do something different. Publicity.
Number 1, what did you miss the most while you were up there?
Well, I miss singing and dancing.
Singing?
Yes.
You couldn't sing up there.
Kitty?
Number 3, what did you have with you on the pole?
I had telephone, magazines, books, and I had a television, 17-inch television.
You had a lot of room up there, didn't you?
No, 3 feet, 3 by 3.
Number 2, were you protected from the elements in any way?
Well, I had a tarpaulin cover.
Was that enough?
Oh, well, I also had a little shack, the hut that we
Oh, I
built out.
see. Number 1, did you eat and sleep regularly?
No, just whenever I wanted to.
Well, what... what did that involve?
So I don't understand the question.
Well, how much time did you devote? Never mind.
Walking down the hall and going to bed. Please.
Yes, I'm very curious about your name. Number 1, it's spelled M-A-U-R-I. Isn't that a rather unusual name for a girl?
Yes, it is.
Where did you get your name, number 1?
Well, I was born on Memorial Day and was named after Mauri Rose, the 500-mile race driver.
Beg your pardon?
I was named after Mauri Rose, the 500-mile race driver.
Oh, in the Indianapolis Speedway Classic.
That's
Oh, I
right.
see. It's lucky your folks weren't horse race enthusiasts. Who'd ever believe Man o' War Kirby? I'm very curious about this. You're obviously a young lady. Number 2,
Yes.
did you grow or in any way in the 211 days? That's quite a while. Did you gain in any size, stature, weight?
Well, my hair grew, and I guess I put on a little weight. Yeah. I mean, I didn't get very much exercise up there, I can tell you that.
Polly?
Number 1, did anything unusual happen to you while you were up there?
Well, I had a couple fires.
You had a couple of fires. You mean the pole caught on fire?
Well, yes,
At the top or the bottom?
at the top.
Oh, that's not so bad. Number 2, where is Earlham College?
I don't know.
Number 3, where is Earlham College?
I don't know either.
Number 1, what is the main route through Indianapolis?
I think it would be Washington on Meridian Street.
That's it. Sorry,
But
it's time once again
but you-
to vote.
but we-
I'm sorry, Polly. No consultation. Please mark your ballots and select number 1, number 2, or number 3. All set, panel? Molly, for whom did you vote?
I vote for number 3 because I figure, that anybody that sit on a flagpole would have to have a silly reason, and publicity is sort of a silly, good reason for sitting on top of a flagpole.
Ralph, what about your choice?
Number 1, on the strength of the explanation about our name and Washington Street in Indianapolis.
Kitty?
I voted for number 1 because number 2 said she gained a little weight, and number 1 is the heaviest of the 3.
That's reverse English. And Tom?
I voted for number 1, too.
I want to change my vote.
Take that one.
What's your reason?
I voted for number 3. No, I thought it was number 1 because I thought the answers were good. Number 2's accent didn't strike me as being right. I'm from the Midwest myself. And number 3, oh, were you in this? My gosh, I should have.
Okay, there we have it now. Minds are made up. Are yours? We'll discover now which one of these young ladies is the real record-holding flagpole sitter. So will the real Mauri Rose Kirby please stand up? Thank you, Mauri. Well, as you see, they've...
Sorry I came back.
We're not. Not one bit. As you see, though, the panel just reversed it up this time. 3 wrong last time, 3 right this time. And that means there was just exactly a moment to find out who is who. Now, number 2, tell us who you really are and what you do.
My name is Eleanor Silverman, and I'm an editorial assistant at Hillman Periodicals in New York, and I live in Brooklyn, New York.
And number 3, young lady, what about you?
My name is Jenny Story, and I'm a secretary at Weaver Printing Company, and I live at 61 Minnehaha Boulevard in Lake Hiawatha, New Jersey.
All right, with the panel being 3 right and only 1 wrong, there's $250 there for you to divide among the 3 of you, but in any event, I hope you had fun. We enjoyed having you here, and happy pole sitting there, girls, and it was certainly nice to see you tonight. Good night and good luck. All right, panel, let's meet our 3rd team of contestants.
What is your name, please?
My name is Morton J. Rubin.
What is your name, please?
My name is Morton J. Rubin.
What is your name, please?
My name is Morton J. Rubin.
Okay, panel, once again, an affidavit. I, Morton J. Rubin, am a meteorologist for the United States Weather Bureau. I have done forecasting in South America and weather research in Africa, as well as at various stations in this country. I have just returned from the most unusual assignment of my career. At the request of the National Academy of Science, I spent the past year and 3 months at a Russian scientific station in the Antarctic. Aside from one Czechoslovakian astronomer, I was the only non-Soviet citizen on the base. Signed, Morton J. Rubin. Okay, 3 gentlemen claim to be Morton J. Rubin, meteorologist recently returned from a Soviet station in the Antarctic. We'd start with Tom Poston. Tom?
Number 1, you spent a year and 3 months in the Antarctic?
That is correct.
You're quite a pole sitter yourself, aren't you? Number 1, tell me, what causes hail?
Hail is low formation ice that accumulates through a special kind of a layer of clouds, and it builds up. It's a very large snowflake, really, that loses all identity as a snowflake.
Obviously, that's completely incorrect. Number 2, what causes hail?
Well, I believe it's a condensation of snow crystals.
Number 3, what causes hail?
It's a collection of snow crystals that form into a large mass and then fall.
Molly?
In other words, a hail is confused snow.
Mixed up.
Obviously. And number 1, Do they forecast weather as badly in Russia as they do here?
I have to be charitable to my Soviet hosts and say I hope they do better. But the German Air Force called a weather forecaster a false prophet.
A false prophet. Number 2, I understand that a cyclone always turns in one direction. I don't know if this is true, I think, but I heard, and I wonder if you could tell me, is it, and if so, which direction does it turn?
It turns counterclockwise.
It turns
always
counterclockwise, always. Number 3, is that everywhere it turns the same direction?
It turns counterclockwise in one hemisphere and clockwise in the other.
Unless you're on daylight saving. Ralph?
Number 1, all this talk of flying saucers, and I believe even just recently a commercial plane and the passenger saw something out the window between here and Detroit or Chicago. Do you send up anything in the Weather Bureau that resembles anything that might conceivably be mistaken for a flying saucer? And if so, what?
No, we don't send anything up.
Number 2, same question.
I agree with my associate on the right.
You agree. Number 3, do you agree?
Well, some balloons might be mistaken for flying saucers.
Balloons. All right. Number 1, what are the high and low points of South America?
From
The highest and the lowest points, land points. And so
land
on.
points. Oh, Chimborazo is the highest
I'll have to
summit.
leave you up there on top of that flagpole and go to Kitty.
Number 3, do you speak Russian?
A little bit.
Can you say cigarette?
Cigarette.
Number
Not the way
1,
you say
did
it. You say Marlboro.
Okay, number 1, did you see a polar bear?
No, I did not. There are no polar bears in the Antarctic.
Number 2, did you bring back a penguin?
Yes, we have penguins down at the Antarctica region.
You didn't bring any back?
No.
Not bear, certainly. All right, that's it. Once again, it's time to vote, panel. I know, but it's time to mark your ballots, if you will, and so doing, select number 1, number 2, or number 3. All set?
Oh, no. Well,
Molly, who will you vote?
I tell you, they all are so bright. I voted for number 3, I think, because I don't know anything about confused snowflakes. But number 1 was terribly bright, but number 3 looked very pale, and I figure for a year. And also he said that about the thing going in the different directions than it does in different hemispheres. Cyclones, I mean.
Thank you very much. Ralph?
Number 2. My reason is not quite so long, but
I resent that.
I think number 2 seemed to be amused at the replies of the others, and I think I may be wrong. They're all pretty bright, but number 2 anyway.
Kitty?
I voted for number 1. I don't think cigarette in Russian is cigarillo, whatever you said.
Cigarette.
And I think it's number 1 because I like his explanation about hail. I didn't understand it, but I liked it.
That makes me some kind of an idiot because I asked the question. I voted for number 3. I thought, honestly, that number 1 was very bright, and but something about the way number 3 sat there in a kind of a frozen position.
Okay.
I think it's number 3.
Number 2 is number 2.
Here we are, the vote's in, minds made up, snowfall's terminated, and skies breaking, and visibility 0. As we discover which one of these gentlemen is the real meteorologist who recently returned from the Antarctic, so will the real Morton J. Reuben please stand up? Thank you very much, sir. Number 1, would you tell us who you really are and what you do, please?
My name is Peter White, and I live with my wife and 10 children, and I sell Encyclopedia Britannica.
And number 2, what about you, sir?
My name is Joe Pantel. I live in New York City, and I happen to be in the investment field.
Beg pardon?
I think number 1 reads some of his products.
That's the way he
too.
sells them. Okay, in checking our score, we find that there were 2 incorrect votes at $250 each for a total of $500 from Marlboro. Gentlemen, thank you very much. On your way out, you will find a carton of Marlboros for each of you. Good night and good luck. That's all the time we have, panel, so good night.
Good night,
Good
Bud.
night, Bud.
Bud Collier saying good night from Marlboro and reminding you to tell the truth. Good night, everybody.
To Tell the Truth is a Mark Goodson, Bill Tubman production in association with the CBS Television Network.